Do you need t-shirts for your business or family reunion? What about a custom embroidered cap that's sentimental for the birthday party approaching? How about a vinyl wrapping on your car? Does your restaurant need to-go bags? Well, that's simple. Custom-made screen printing is here to satisfy your print needs. Located right here in Shreveport at 4025 Greenwood Road. If you need custom printing services, call no one else but the best at 318-205-6705. Again, that's 318-205-6705. Custom-made screen printing located at 4025 Greenwood Road for all your local print needs. All right, we live in 3, 2, 1. What's going on, everybody? It's your guy, Mr. Sunday Monday, but only on Tuesday, and thank you again for tuning in. I got my boy, Mr. C. Ward, in the building. Mr. C. Ward, how you doing, man? Speak up for me.
How you doing? You know me. Chilling, man.
Oh, yeah. Good to see you in the building, man.
You know I had to come back through.
Of course. How was your weekend?
It was cool.
That's good, man. So me and you were talking last week about the whole Roe versus Wade situation. Back this summer, sometime in July, they had overturned the famous Roe versus Wade, which gave women choice on abortion or not. So the abortion law, women could abort. You know, the government couldn't interfere with that because of the famous Roe versus Wade. But just in July of 2022, they overturned that. So now an abortion is against the law, and they got all kind of punishments and stuff like that for doctors and anybody who perform an abortion against the state's approval.
I don't know. I'm not with it.
So let's talk about the article. So in the article, and this reached CNN, it says, a pregnant Louisiana woman who alleges she was denied an abortion despite the fetus being diagnosed with a fatal condition says other women should not have to experience her plight. Nancy Davis says she is planning to get an abortion in another state after a Louisiana hospital allegedly chose not to perform the procedure even though her baby was diagnosed with acrania, a rare congenital disorder in which a fetus's skull does not form inside the womb. Acrania is a lethal condition with death within the first week of life, according to the Fetal Medicine Foundation. Davis's case reflects the confusion and wrenching decisions faced by the mothers and healthcare professionals after the June 24th U.S. Supreme Court ruling to overturn the constitutional right to an abortion. So it was in June, not July. My apologies. And it says that laws that ban abortion or severely restrict the procedure have subsequently gone into effect in about a dozen states, and Louisiana is among them.
That's crazy.
Does it surprise you though?
It don't. The government wants to control. I don't understand. It should only be a woman's choice, in my point of view. Like, it should only be a woman's choice when it comes to her body.
I do agree with that.
Because at the same time, it's her body. And people go through things, and it's just some things they just don't want to hold on to.
A woman shouldn't have to explain to anybody. Everybody's entitled to an opinion, and I think that women should sometimes listen to men and consider opinions because men are usually leaders. Usually that's the role that gender roles play in society, right? Men should be leaders. So I believe that men may have an opinion, but it's ultimately the decision of the woman, right? Because it's like you said, it's her body. That's what their role in life is. That's what a woman's role in life is to carry the baby, to conceive, to deliver the baby, to bring it into the world. And so ultimately she's the one that's got to carry that weight, regardless of how you look at it, as a burden, a blessing, whatever you look at it as. The woman has to carry that weight, and so it's ultimately her decision. You know, if anybody else had to say so, I feel like it would be the man, not the government.
Yeah, I'm still wondering, why was that even decided? Like, what made them want to do that? I didn't dive deep into it.
Politics.
But I don't see why a person's choice to carry something in their body was even brought up anymore. Like, we're human. We should be able to make our own decision about anything involving our own life.
Let me read you this. Davis, who says she learned of the baby's fetal condition 10 weeks into her pregnancy, was joined at the news conference by the baby's father and her attorneys, including Ben Crump. The doctors told me that my baby would die shortly after birth, Davis said. They told me that I should terminate the pregnancy. Because of the state of Louisiana's abortion ban, they cannot perform the procedure. Basically, they said I had to carry the baby to bury my baby. They seemed confused about the law and afraid of what would happen to them if they perform a criminal abortion, according to the law. So I think in Louisiana now at 6 weeks it's a wrap.
So you can still get it before 6 weeks?
Yeah, you can still get it before 6 weeks, but it's a wrap after 6 weeks. See, back then you can get an abortion all the way up to like maybe almost like 30 weeks.
Yeah,
but
it's like 5 months.
yeah, but those were all like surgical, I believe, and then they had other different methods that you could do up until 6 weeks. So now it's at 6 weeks it's a no.
Yeah. It's still crazy to me though.
Most women not gonna even know they pregnant at 6 weeks.
True. Some do. Some know their body and they be like, 2 weeks, 3 weeks in, they like something wrong.
But see, you would have to act right then and there because, I mean, if you're having sex, in that window, 2 weeks after that, usually they wait another week to see if they got a period. You have to act fast. You know what I'm saying? And as I say, most of them don't. Then to even get doctor's appointments and stuff like that stuff sometimes take a month.
You gotta think about it like
They know that.
They do. Even you think about like some of the TV shows we got, like say Law and Order SVU.
Mm-hmm.
The cases on there, things happen to women. Some women don't want to carry that burden. Like now, the government tells me I don't have a choice.
Mm-hmm. Even when it's not your fault.
Exactly. And then you think about they had this baby, they regret this baby. Now this baby grows up troubled because the one person who's supposed to love me more than anybody doesn't like me because something happened to her, and she had to hold on to something that she didn't want to hold on to.
And that's not her fault.
Exactly.
Now you create a rift between the mother and the child because the baby doesn't know that, nor does the baby care. You know what I'm saying? Maybe the baby one day will grow to understand, but then now the baby, even if they understand, they got resentment and they feel away because they feel like that's not my issue.
True. And you think genetics real too.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta think about that. Sometimes people really look into that. Like,
right.
Do I really want my genetics bonded with this person? Like, to me personally, it's just this situation shouldn't happen to me.
The attorney said Louisiana lawmakers have inflicted unspeakable pain, emotional damage, and physical risk by stepping between her client and her doctors. He said other women and healthcare providers will endure a similar plight because state law has created an environment of confusion and fear. And I believe that. Eisman told the New York Times that Louisiana's multiple abortion bans, which use different terminology, complicate matters. There is currently no guidance on which law controls the situation, she said, adding that the hospital was struggling to ensure that a doctor who terminates a pregnancy after a diagnosis of acrania was safe from prosecution. I don't even know what to believe at this point with politics.
If you're going to make a law, why not include if something is going on in this woman's body or this baby is actually doing more harm than good? Like, you also got to think about these people's livelihood. You never know. This woman could get sick. The baby could get sick along the way. You never know what could happen.
But see, the government looking at it like,
the baby's a human. He has a choice too.
No. The government is looking at it like if we allow her to do it, then this is going to allow everybody else to do it.
But it's a medical condition. That's how I feel like you should look at it. If you're going to make a law, at least make it where if medically, if a doctor looks at me, the person who diagnoses, and says, you really would want to terminate this, but I can't do it.
It's about the control, man, like you said. Because if you force them to take care of a baby that they don't want, now if they can't afford it, who do you have to depend on? The government, welfare, the system. You have no choice but to go to these people to help you out with these things. Even if you were raped and you don't want this baby, the father, even if they do prosecute the father and take him there and he go away for life, you still got to take it. You still need the government.
Yeah. The government, to me, when it comes to women and children, you're so worried. What about all these? We have a lot of kids out here who don't have families that, the government just don't care about. It's kids on earth who actually need your attention.
See, democracy is a great system. You know what I'm saying? Because people are free. But then the government loses control because now too many people are free and too many people are powerful. Too many people got influence. It sucks because it's like this is one of the tactics I feel like they try to use to create poverty. If you're gonna give people a choice, then in democracy, this should be one of their choices. We got freedom of speech to say what we want, but a woman don't got the freedom to not have something if she won't, even if she paying for it. Like what? I'm confused on that's.
And then we got women who don't know. Men slipping off the condom these days all the motherfucking time. You never know. She like, man, come on, man.
Right.
You never know what people are in their life. People have one night stands. People go on vacation and just have fun. Like now, because of one choice I made, I'm stuck. Think condom sales went up?
Huh?
Think condom sales went up?
Nah, I don't think so. It's just baffling, man. I don't know, but I'm gonna read this end part here. It says Davis and her family are very grateful to all those who donated to her to be able to arrange for travel. Crump said, by the time Miss Davis has the procedure she needs next week, she would have carried an unsustainable pregnancy for an additional month and a half, with risk and emotional tolls. The father of the baby, Chidrick Cole, said, from afar, it's very easy to have an opinion about something, but until you're actually in this situation and going through it, you don't understand how complex it is. I want to also say that we must continue to raise consciousness and awareness about situations like this because it's happening all over and it's so much bigger than us and our family, like they said. And like we just talked about, man, I mean, decisions, politics, war, all of that stuff is a major factor in what's playing a role in the smaller people's lives, and that's what they want.
People work too hard for other people to tell them what they can and can't do.
I agree.
Then you think about it, like, it ain't like we sitting out here for free though. That's the thing. We pay bills, we pay taxes, we paying us, but you trying to control us. We paying to have the services, but then you gonna tell us we can't have it.
Exactly. But that's a topic for another day because, I mean, you hit on some very good points there. I mean, you paying rent,
Yeah,
but they not doing what they supposed to do with their money. But we're going to sit back, man, and we're going to definitely keep y'all updated on this story because this is an ongoing story. It's only 2 days in, but we do appreciate y'all listening. Shout out to my boy C Ward for tuning in the building.
Anytime.
He going to be back and forth here every week, so y'all definitely make sure you like, you subscribe to the channel, and we'll be here only on Tuesdays. And until next time, thank you again for tuning in. Peace.
Peace.